What's all this?
Robespierre. He's declared today a festival of the Supreme Being. A paean to the virtue of the nation and the citizens' duty toward it.
Why does that sound familiar?
As far as Templar doctrine goes, it's a loose interpretation.
We'll never get close to him in the middle of all this. We'd best retire and wait for a better opportunity.
Still thinking like an assassin. This time, I have the plan.
Oh? And what would that be?
Think like a Templar.
Battez-les! Brisez-leur les os! Brisez-leur le crâne! Vous allez le payer de votre vie!
Amazing!
Thought we were supposed to be rationalists
What's
now.
he thinking?
Vive Robespierre!
Bravo!
Vive la liberté!
Well, if Supreme Being ain't called for Robespierre, I'll eat my hand.
What is he
Ridiculous
thinking?
pomp and circumstance.
Vous croyez qu'on va trop loin? Vous n'avez encore rien vu!
Regarde! On devrait partir.
Dieu sera seul juge de vos crimes!
Ils vont charger, c'est sûr. Contrairement à ce que vous entendez ici.
What now?
Robespierre is unassailable. He's got half the guard out in force. We'll never get within 10 yards of him.
Just what I said.
But he's not as popular as he was. The Purgers, the Supreme Being cult. If we can discredit him, he's finished.
Massive public spectacle is the perfect venue.
Exactly. Paint him as a dangerous lunatic and his power will evaporate like snow in April. But we'll need some convincing evidence.
I have an idea where to start. You coming?
Meet me after. I have my own arrangements to make.
Wow.
Notre heure sera bientôt venue. Donnez-les en pâture aux cheveux.
Écrasez-les! Faites-en de la bouillie! Nous ne partirons pas avant d'avoir
Attention, vengeance! Grâce à la magie du spectacle! Écartez-vous!
Crime and deception reign on earth. At this moment, he sees an entire nation at war with all the oppressors of the human race. Suspend its heroic
What the hell?
in order to raise its thoughts and vows to the great
escape,
being who
citizen.
gave the mission to undertake these efforts and the strength to execute them.
He was just here a minute ago.
Did not his immortal hand, by engraving in the hearts of men the code of justice and equality, right there the death sentence of tyrants? Did not
More
his
speed!
voice, at the
These
very
are catch
beginning
up!
of time, decreed the Republic, making
You
liberty,
want so
order,
slow?
and justice, order of the day,
Trying to lose me, corpse!
and for all people.
Ring the alarm! No! Just shoot down! Got him now! Stand and fight!
I have your guts out! Aha!
The eternally happy day which the French people consecrate to the Supreme Being has finally arrived. Never has the world he created offered him a sight so worthy of his eyes. He has seen tyranny, crime, and deception reign on earth. At this moment, he sees an entire nation at war with all the oppressors of the human race, to defend its heroic efforts in order to raise its thoughts and vows to the great being who gave it the mission to undertake these efforts and the strength to execute them. Did not his immortal hand, by engraving in the hearts of men the code of justice and equality, right there the death sentence of tyrants? Did not his voice at the very beginning of time? Freed the Republic, making liberty, good faith, and justice the order of the day for all centuries and for all people. He did not create kings to devour the
Let's
human
see. Incriminating evidence. Incriminating evidence.
You can't escape! Bloody got you now! You're ready! Citizen, hold! This futile flight won't save you! Oh! Bastard, die! I see your corpse! Oh, God damn it! Kill him! There he is! You're mine! I'll rip you to pieces! There! Die, you bloody! You'll die for that! What is he? There he is!
Tomorrow we shall again combat vices and tyrants. We shall give the world an example of republican virtues. And that shall honor the Supreme Being more. The eternally happy day which the French people consecrate to the Supreme Being has finally arrived.
Publiciste de la Révolution française.
Offered him a sight so worthy of his eyes. He has seen tyranny, crime, and deception.
Hardly the sort of thing to topple a tyrant with.
At this moment, he sees an entire nation at war with all the oppressors of the human race.
Monsieur, as you have been the savior of the Republic, I beg you now to be my brother's savior as well. Even now he languishes in prison, arrested by patriots more zealous in their heroism than careful in their methods. No warrant for André's arrest was ever issued, and yet he remains imprisoned in Saint-Lazare under suspicion. I pray you do not recall my brother's writings in the Journal de Paris, coming as they did from an intemperate poet's heart. Rather, I beg you, if my own humble skills have been even the smallest of aid to our glorious revolution, spare my brother. In his writings, I see the burgeoning of France's greatest poet, a light that will shine for all time. Yours, in patriotism, Marie-Joseph Chenier.
Debauchery and falsehood to the world. But he created the universe to celebrate his power. He created men to help and to love one another.
That's no help at all.
Happiness through the path of virtue. The author of
Looks like a diary.
all mortals together in an immense chain of
At exactly 5 in the morning, a general recall shall be sounded in Paris. This call shall invite every citizen, men and women alike, to immediately adorn their houses with the beloved colors of liberty, either by rehanging their flags or by embellishing their houses with garlands of flowers and greenery.
they have banished from it. Liberty and virtue issued together.
Hardly
from
the sort of
breast
thing to
the Supreme
topple
Being.
a letter.
One cannot reside among men without the other.
Monsieur Robespierre,
Generous
take care that you do not allow your personal ambitions to come before the great work.
practice justice
That which we do,
render to the Supreme
we do not
Being
for our
the
own
only
glory,
form of worship
but to
worthy of
remake
it.
the world into Malay's image.
Let us
Germain.
surrender ourselves today under his auspices to the just ecstasy of pure joy.
Not quite what I'm looking
we
for.
shall again combat vices and tyrants. We shall give the world an example of republican virtues. That shall honor the Supreme Being more.
Merlin, Tallien, Bourdon. These are all deputies of the National Convention.
French people consecrate to the Supreme Being.
Lists of political figures written in the hand of a man fond of sending his rivals to the guillotine. Yes, these should do nicely.
Reign on earth. At this moment, he sees an entire nation at war with all the oppressors of the human race, suspend its heroic efforts in order to raise its thoughts and vows to the great being who gave it the mission to undertake these efforts and the strength to execute them. his immortal hand by engraving in the hearts of men the code of justice and equality. Right there, the death sentence of tyrants. Did not his voice...
Well?
A list of names. 50 or so deputies of the National Convention, all written in Robespierre's hand and all opposed to him.
I imagine those good gentlemen would be quite interested to know they're on that list. But first... Monsieur Robespierre brought his own refreshments. Distract the guards. I have an idea.
Distract the guards. Right.
Armed in turn with the daggers of fanaticism and the poisons of atheism, they can no more tear the world from... Yes, armed in turn with the daggers of fanaticism and the poisons of atheism, they can no more tear the world from...
Wait, can you break the peace?
Armed in turn with the daggers of fanaticism and the poisons of atheism. People fear they are sacrilegious conspiracies. People fear no more their People fear no more their sacrilegious conspiracies.
You're not allowed.
Je ne me sens pas très bien. Je sens que je vais rentrer.
They can no more tell. People fear no more their sacrilegious conspiracies. They can no more tear the world from... People fear no more their sacrilegious conspiracies. No more tear... Armed in turn with the daggers of fanaticism and the poisons of atheism, they can no more tear the world from... Yes, armed in turn with the daggers of fanaticism and the poisons of atheism, they can no more tear the world from... Armed in turn with the daggers of fanaticism and the poisons of atheism.
Stop that man! You're no sprinter.
Can you just step back a ways? This area's off limits.
What's this, man? Of all the bloody...
Armed in turn with the daggers of fanaticism and the poisons of atheism, they can no more tear the world from... Yes, armed in turn with the daggers of fanaticism and the poisons of atheism, they can no more tear the world from... Armed in turn with the daggers of fanaticism and the poisons of atheism.
Face justice like a man!
People fear no more their sacrilegious conspiracies. People fear no more their people fear no more their sacrilegious conspiracies. That would be the place for. They can no more tear the. People fear no more their sacrilegious conspiracies. They can no more tear the world from. Yes. People fear no more their sacrilegious conspiracies. They can no more.
Tout est bon pour se faire remarquer.
It is wisdom, above all, that our guilty enemies want to drive from the Republic. We must be generous for the good, compassionate toward the unfortunate, and inexorable for the good. We must be compassionate toward the good. We must be generous for the good, compassionate toward the unfortunate, and inexorable toward the wicked. We must be generous toward the good, compassionate toward the unfortunate, and inexorable toward the wicked. Let us not count on unalloyed prosperity, on triumph without. Obstacles or on anything that depends upon the fortune or perversity of another.
Powdered agate. Causes hallucinations. This will make him look mad. Now we have to make him look dangerous.
The list of names.
It must fall into the right hands, anonymously. If our involvement gets out, it'll tip Germain off.
Leave that part to me.
I'll mash you like an old potato!
Vous ne pouvez pas vous cacher! Il mérite la mort! La pire qui soit! Comportez-vous comme un gentilhomme, au moins.
Robespierre natters on about freedom and mercy, while thousands go to the guillotine. If Don somewhere allowed to see this, he would choke on his own grief.
Vous n'avez pas l'air d'un honnête citoyen.
Encore un fou!
Certains pour sûr, tous moins sûrs.
Pourquoi me demande-t-il pas
revenir en arrière? À ce qu'on avait avant.
Oh, how I'll make you pay!
C'est très bien, vraiment.
Viens au corps.
Quoi? Tiens une maison sérieuse, citoyen!
Let us not count on unalloyed prosperity.
Unbecoming me? Who the
on
hell does
triumph
Robespierre
without
think he is?
obstacles, or on anything
What
that
is it,
depends
sir?
upon the fortune or perversity of another.
Pickpocket! Damn your eyes!
Depend only on
Bloody
our
hell, what did they
constancy
steal?
and our virtue.
Nothing.
People, fear no more their sacrilegious conspiracies. They can no more tear the world from the breast of its author than the remorse from their own hearts. Let nature thus regain all its magnificence, and wisdom all its empire. The Supreme Being is not destroyed. Let us be serious and discreet in all our deliberations, as men who determine the interests of the whole world.
Ils agissent.
Let us be generous
I'll squash your like the bloody maggot you are!
Compassionate toward the unfortunate, inexorable toward the wicked, just toward everyone. Man, whoever you are, again, think well of yourself. Let us be ardent and obstinate in our anger against sworn tyrants, imperturbable in the heat of danger.
Look at that strutting
Patient in our
popinjay.
work,
Cult of the
terribly
supreme
furious
being,
at best,
indeed.
marvelous
Sir,
and
take
vigilant
care.
in
Someone
success.
will
That should set things in
You
motion.
who are wretched,
You're gonna listen to me, Doug!
Eh bien quoi? Tu vas faire quoi? Je ne suis pas sûr qu'il t'écoute.
It is wisdom, above all, that our guilty enemies want to drive from the Republic. To wisdom alone does it belong to consolidate the prosperity of empires. It is for her.
Being a list of enemies of the revolution. 100 names here.
Robespierre's gone too far this time.
Our enterprises, alone but infallible guarantors
That set
of
the fox in the hen house.
independence.
Pity the hens. Now what?
We wait. It won't take long. Once Robespierre has lost the support of the people, he'll be no more use to Germain. And when Germain abandons him...
He's vulnerable. Let's go.
Hey, come back here with that!